Stop number 8 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to North Wilkesboro Speedway. It's the running of the first Union 400 as we get set for 60 laps of action on this .625 mile listen to me, short track here, the legendary short track as it were. And so far, great season starts so far, 7 winners in the first 7 races. Will we see 8 for 8 today, or will somebody pull off a repeat? Well, we'll about to find out. Already been a very exciting start to the season, and the field for the Winston All-Stars keeps getting bigger and bigger, it seems like. Well, we'll see what happens here. Charles Stanford won the last stop in the tour at Bristol Motor Speedway, and already in because of the fact he's the defending Castrol GTX Cup Series champion. So with all that said, let's get to the starting lineup for today's running of this event. On the pole for today's event, it's the number 9 Coors Melling Ford, Jessica Shelton, her first pole of the season, I believe. And she'll be flanked alongside the number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac of Ryan George. He's on the outside. Best start of the season for the team. Row 2 has the number 4 Kodak Film Oldsmobile. It is Paul Minnick on the inside. He'll be alongside the number 6 Valvoline Ford of John Arndt. He's on the outside. Row 3, Dylan Poteet, the number 31 Mom and Pop Chevrolet, the Season 1 champion of the series. He'll be alongside the number 7 Xerox Antifreeze Ford of Cole Deaver on the outside. Row 4, it's the Darlington winner, Joshua Osborne, the Western Auto Chevrolet, car number 17. He'll be alongside the number 20 Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile of Dalton Day, he's on the outside. Row 5, Sky Commons, number 22 Maxwell House Ford. He's on the inside of the 5th row. Beside him, another Ford, the number 88 Texaco Haviland Ford of Keith Batson on the outside. Row 6 has Andrew Perry and number 5 Levi Garrett Chevrolet, who nearly won at Texas the last couple races on the tour ago. He'll be flanked by the number 10 Tide Ford of JT Bryant on the outside. Joshua Sekuli, the number 12 Ray Bestis Buick, has the inside of the 7th row. He'll be flanked by Joshua Collar, the number 43 STP Pontiac. Then it's Levi McIntyre for Rockin' Wrestling Racing, number 99 XI Batteries Ford Thunderbird. He'll be alongside the number 25 Kodiak Chevrolet of Daniel Olson. He's on the outside. Jesse Turner, the number 94 Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, had a tremendous run at the last stop in last season's race. He finished 3rd in this event. He'll be alongside Trent Dunham, the number 1 Skull Classic Oldsmobile. He's on the outside. Next row down, Quentin Moore, the number 21 Sitco Ford, has the inside of the next row. He'll be flanked by the dadgummit. He'll be flanked by the number 75 Valvoline Pontiac of Cole Baker. Then it's Jeremy Jones, number 14 Copenhagen Oldsmobile. Alongside of him will be the number 11 Budweiser Ford of Zach Winkle. He's on the outside. Next row down, Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, the winner of the last stop of the tour, as we said, at Bristol. He'll be flanked by the number 55 Crown Petroleum Skull Classic Oldsmobile of Chris Stowerton on the outside. Zed Weinstein, number 70 Rumpel Furniture Pontiac, has the inside of the next row down, and beside him another Pontiac. It's Benjamin Miles, the 27 Kodiak Pontiac. Then it's Nick Johnson, number 66 Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Pontiac on the inside. He'll be flanked by the number 29 Hardee's Oldsmobile of Zachary Fitzwater. Then it's Chris Dodd, the Daytona 500 champ, the number 8 Snickers Buick. He'll be alongside the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford of Rockingham winner Dylan Young. Next row down, it's Kyle Matthews, number 42 Coors Light Pontiac. He'll be alongside Amari Satimer Jr., the number 68 Country Time Oldsmobile. Next row down, the number 3 GM Goodrich Service Chevrolet of Michael Norman. And alongside of him will be the Interstate Battery Chevrolet, car number 18 of Las Vegas winner Dawson Wise. Then it's Matt Dahlia, the Motorcraft Ford, car number 15 on the inside, and alongside of him Seth Cole, number 52 Alka-Seltzer Pontiac.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engine.
Johnny Gardner and Cab Share is the next row down, and then the next row after that will be John Gilbert in the 33 and Jonathan Sorlin, the Texas winner, and Second in the field is Chelsea Bowles in the Quaker State Buick, car 26. A Ford Pontiac front row will lead him down for today's event at North Wilkesboro, 60 laps of distance in his first Union 400. Jessica Shelton will lead him down in car number 9. Best finish this year, a second in the Daytona 500 as the green flag waves and we are underway at North Wilkesboro. Almost 3 wide racing on in the first lap of this event here. Ryan George goes to the inside of Shelton to try to take the lead away as they go into turn number 1. George will dip downhill. Let's see what happens coming out of turn number 2. They're side by side. Ryan George on the outside, Shelton on the outside. Ryan George on the inside. Ryan George looking for that first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory, and he hopes to get it here today. And the way he's running right now, he may get it today because he just takes the lead away. Shelton falls into second position. Third right now, Dylan Poteet. Fourth, going into fourth, is Cole Deaver with Paul Minnick now in the clutches of Joshua Osborne in a 17 car. Three wide racing in the back of the pack. You never see that at all here. Kev Shearer, who won the last stop in the tour, or last time we were at North Wilkesboro, I should say. The number 57 Heinz Pontiac. He's back in the back. And Chelsea Bowles, who started dead last trying to work her way through the field. She's now on the outside of Benjamin Miles and Kev Shearer. Dylan Young just now got by her in a 2 car. Joshua Osborne going inside of Dylan Poteet, a pair of Kentuckians going at it. Poteet from western part of Kentucky and Osborne from the southeastern part of Kentucky. Opposite ends of the state, but they are both veterans in this series. And actually for Poteet's case, he's a veteran in the 2003 community. And boy, 3 wide racing here. Dalton Day going inside of Paul Minnick and Cole Deaver for position. Minnick and Day both go by the 7 car, and now Keith Batson wants a piece of the action in the 88 car. Batson, a good short track racer in his own right, as you're riding along with Keith Batson in number 88. Now following the number 4 car of Paul Minnick, that's the Oldsmobile he's driving, the short track package. Batson running in the 7th position at the moment. Now Paul Minnick goes to the inside of Dalton Day for position here. That's a battle for the 6th position, or 5th spot, excuse me. Minnick dips down and he has the position on Dalton Day going into turn 3. That's 5th position. Up ahead, Joshua Osborne in 4th. Ryan George continues to lead the race in car number 30, and boy, Batson gets himself caught in the middle. Now here comes Sky Commons in number 22. 2 Fords and an Oldsmobile in a 3-wide battle. And throw Jesse Turner in the mix in car number 94. Turner Turner usually runs pretty good here at North Wilkesboro. Right now running in the 9th position. Quentin Moore trying to take 9th away in car 21. Cole Deaver drops all the way down to the 10th position. Or make that 11th, excuse me. And now Deaver must have heard me because he's on the inside 3 wide battling right here. Just some great racing all the way around this North Wilkesboro racetrack. JT Bryant and Levi McIntyre going at it here. 15 car, Matt Dallio and Zach Winkle in the 11. We mentioned at Bristol that the paint schemes are reverse of what they usually are on the cars there. Now, the 15 car would be an all-red scheme usually, but it's red and white, and the 11 car that usually is red and white is all red on the short track package, as well as the road course package as well. Different paint schemes for their sponsors. In Dalio's case, it's Motorcraft, and in Winkle's case, it's Budweiser with the Junior Johnson team. Now he's on the outside of the 14 of Jeremy Jones and the 55 of Chris Dalton. And whoa, boy, they can't do that 4 wide racing at Wilkesboro. That's a big mistake, guys. Whew. And Cole Baker just pulls ahead of the pack here of Zach Winkle, Kev Shear, and Andrew Perry. Perry goes inside of Shear, will take the position, and now Trent Dunham makes his move to the inside of number 20 and number 1. And another guy, Kyle Matthews, making his way through the field. Darn pace car. Kyle Matthews, who started his way back in the pack, though he's trying to work his way through the field. Now gets on the inside of the 29 car of Zachary Fitzwater. Matthews making his way up to the 30. Was 30th the last time by. This now he's clocked in 29th, maybe 28th, as he tries to go inside of Zach Winkle. Race going by quick right now. 19 laps in the books. And still 41 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Plenty of racing left to go. Michael Norman up the racetrack right now. And some stragglers back in the pack. All the veterans, as a matter of fact. Those Seth Cole, Charles Sanford, and Dylan Young. Disappointment for those 3 drivers, especially for Sanford, because he had just won the last stop in the tour at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Food City 500. And oh my gosh, they're 3 wide up ahead right there. No, Chris Dodd trying to go on the inside of Zachary Fitzwater and Kev Shear. Now Fitzwater goes to the inside in 29. Dodd will follow suit. Some great racing going on all the way around this racetrack, believe it or not here. Chris Dalton now being followed by Levi McIntyre. Dalton making his way through the field right now. He's up to the 17th position. Let's see what he's clocked at this time by. He is running in 16th position. Talking about the man in the 55 car, Chris Dalton. Levi McIntyre running in 17th position in 99. Joshua Card, 13th. There's 14th position. John Arndt in the 6th car. Jesse Turner in 12th position. Daniel Olson in 11th position. Zed Weinstein making his way through the field nicely in the 10th spot. Cole Deaver running in 9th. 8th is Dalton Day. 7th is Keith Batson. 6th position. Sky Commons. 5th is Paul Minnick. Joshua Osborne in 4th. Dylan Potey running 3rd. 2nd is Jessica Shelton. 1st is Ryan George. And Kyle Matthews has spun car number 42. He's crashed. And Matthews coming in for an unscheduled stop. And what the heck is that? Did he leave behind? And no yellow. That's an unusual situation here. Kyle Matthews has spun and hits the wall, and he does not get and the no yellow flag situation happens. So Matthews will lose a lap to George and Shelton both. Let's keep an eye to see where Matthews blends in. He'll go on the inside of Sky Commons. And Matthews, something tells me that he may be trouble for the rest of the field. The interval remaining the same right now between the 30 and the 9. For position there, Dylan Poteet, a solid run in 30. He's had a bad start to the season so far. In that 31 mom and pop Goodrich Chevrolet, this will be a big pick-me-up for Poteet if he finishes to where he is at right now, or maybe even improve a couple spots. And he's not far behind Shelton and Ryan George both. Ryan George was the outside pole sitter for this event in car number 30. Shelton was the pole sitter for the event. And boy, and Ryan George has got a excellent short track setup in that number 30 machine. Now, if you remember at South Boston last season, looked like he had that race won, had about a second half to 2-second lead with about 10 laps to go. That was all but a race by Joseph Romero in those 10 laps, and Romero got him out of the last turn of the lap, coming to the checkered flag, and Ryan George and that team was absolutely crushed. And since that time, Ryan George wants nothing more but to win that first race. Past halfway home, the 32 of the 60 laps completed, 28 laps to go. Shelton still second, third is Poteet, fourth is Osborne, fifth is Minnick. That 4 car running very strong right now. No matter if it's a Chevrolet or if it's an Oldsmobile, that car's running strong. Minnick, in fact, almost won at Rockingham, finishing second to Dylan Young in that race. It looks like everything has stood. So there's the first side-by-side battle. Andrew Perry and Joshua Sakuli. That's 24th position right there, which Sakuli wants, but Perry is not giving up. Running right behind Amari Stoudemire Jr. in 68. Sakuli pulls ahead of Perry. Now Trent Dunham trying to make the move to the inside. Meantime, Nick Johnson going inside of this 10 car, JT Bryant. Johnny Gardner just up ahead in 28, running in 20th position. Gardner's best run was a third at Rockingham. Now Chris Dodd and Cole Baker battling out, as well as Dawson Wise in car number 18. And a couple of buddies there, Benjamin Miles, and Charles Samper in the 24, and Seth Cole in 52. And now they go 3 wide again with Wise again on the outside lane. Now Kev Shearer going inside Chelsea Bowles for position. Shearer in 57, Bowles in 26. Michael Norman and Zach Winkle right there behind. That's the back of the pack. $20 laps to go now here at North Wilkesboro. Kyle Matthews appears to be running 6th in the race. He is actually running in 41st, dead last in the field because of a spin that happened earlier in the race, though. So Matthews, who is the 6th car in line, is not running in 6th position. He's a lap down in 41st. Sky Commons is the one in 6th position, then Batson, and you see the rest of the top 10 there. Joshua Collar trying to work on Jesse Turner for position. That's for 12th. John Arndt right behind him in 14th position. On board, Joshua Osborne is going to take a lap around Wilkesboro with him. Into turn number 3, goes in about 127 miles per hour into the third turn, and down to about 94 miles per hour. That last time by 108.34 miles per hour for Joshua Osborne, his fast lap at 111.25. They qualify here at about 112 miles per hour for the race for the pole, so but right now, Ryan George has got them all in his rearview mirror at the moment. Car number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, looking for this first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory, and that would lock him into the All-Star race if he does pull it off. See where the first side-by-side race is in the field. Jesse Turner now going inside of Daniel Olson for position. Car number 94 and 25. Olson running the Chevrolet. Turner in the Oldsmobile. Coming down for 10 laps to go in this race here. Next time by, Turner taking the 11th position. Now has got his eyes on Zed Weinstein for that 10th spot. See what the interval is this time by between the 30 and the 9. This time by Ryan George gaining a bit, gaining on Shelton actually. The lead ballooned to .68 at the line. See what it is this time by again. And Shelton gained back that 800th of a second to .6. They know time's running out. They had to try to make that one last run to victory. Joshua Osborne trying to go up underneath Poteet, trying to get momentum for that third spot in the race, and the interval stayed the same at .6. Check the interval one more time. And the lead is still .6. But Dylan Poteet is going to try to gain a bit on Shelton to try to take second place away from her. Shelton goes up the track. Here comes Poteet to the inside. Nothing doing. Now it's an even 2/10 between the 9 and the 31. They may be locked up in a tight push. I don't know, but Shelton chipped a little bit off that lead, but what? About 100 of a second a lap. It's not going to cut it with 4 laps to go. Ryan George hoping and praying that car of his does not blow up or do anything stupid in these final 3 laps. He knows he's got this thing in the bag. Barring any problems in that 30 car, as he goes to the inside, as he comes out of turn number 4, he'll have 2 laps to go now. The number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac, that was robbed of victory at South Boston last season. And now they may be a lap and a half away from taking the checkered flag in the first Union 400 as they go through turns 3 and 4. And he will see the white flag. Ryan George has 1 more lap to go. The battle is for second position between Jessica Shelton and Dylan Poteet. But it's all about car number 30, as it has been all day long. He has led all but that first lap. That was Shelton who led the first lap. But since then, it's been all Ryan George all the time as they come out of corner number 4. The first Union 400 belongs to Ryan George. He wins at North Wilkesboro. The number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac makes it 8 winners in the first 8 races this season. A explosive start to this Castrol GTX Cup Series season for season 16. And it's the first win, I believe, for the Pontiac contention this season. Ryan George gets the win. Jessica Shelton comes home in second position, equaling her best of the season. Dylan Poteet third. Joshua Osborne fourth. Fifth position to Paul Minnick. Sky Commons sixth. Seventh position was Keith Batson. Dalton Day eighth. Ninth position was Cole Deaver. And Zed Weinstein holds off Jesse Turner for that 10th position. Turner comes home 11th. 12th position will go to Daniel Olson. 13th was Joshua Collard. John Arndt 14th. 15th was Quentin Moore. Levi McIntyre 16th. Jeremy Jones, Matt Dallio, Chris Dollerton, and Johnny Gardner the top 20 in this event today. Then finishing out the field, Nick Johnson was 21st, and JT Bryant, Amari Stoudemire Jr., Joshua Sakuli, Andrew Perry, Trent Dunham, Jonathan Zorlin, Zachary Fitzwater, Chris Dodd, and Dylan Young, the top 30. And finishing out the field, Cole Baker, John Gilbert, Seth Cole, Charles Sanford, Dawson Wise, Kev Shearer, Chelsea Bowles, Benjamin Miles, Michael Norman, Zach Winkle, and 2 laps down is Kyle Matthews, unfortunately for him. And it seems like Matthews' luck at North Wilkesboro with that Coors Light Silver Bullet machine has not been the best. Because you remember last season he was dead last at this event last season. This season, looked like he was not going to finish dead last season, again gets spun out in the race. And in case you're wondering how that spin came out on the spin happened on lap number 24 of this race. I was remiss of missing a few replays at Bristol, so here's how it all came down at Wilkesboro on why Kyle Matthews spun. This happening on lap number 24 of the race. He was battling with the 33 of John Gilbert for the 26th position. Comes out of turn number 2. Gilbert goes up the track. He actually got tapped by Amari Stoudemire Jr. and Matthews' car, Bunny Hobson, as you might imagine, ended up the butt of this this wreck as well. Backs her right into the wall, coming out of turn number 2. Lands on the entrance of pit road, which I can actually see why this did not bring out a yellow flag. But then again, I've seen crashes of the similar, and there has been a yellow flag. On board Kyle Matthews on this one. And I think he sped on pit row with that one. So, with all that said, average speed of race 109.296, and Ryan George, and again, our congratulations to Ryan George, your winner here today in North Wilkesboro. It's first of the season, and if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA channel by clicking the red button below. And you never know what comes on it, and you never know what will come on this channel from one time to the next here. Be sure to subscribe to, as I said, subscribe to this channel for more in our 2003 races, gaming, and whatever else that all of us desire to put on this page. So until then, the next up on the tour will be at Martinsville Speedway for the running of the STP Gas Boosters 500. Until then, Shane Squalls has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 5 years of offline racing at its best.